It's a great big pleasure to welcome our latest signing, Isaac Marriott, to Altrincham Football Club. Isaac has joined us from Bradford, Park Avenue, who he scored 2 goals for in a thrilling 3-3 draw in the Build-Base FA Trophy third round on Tuesday night against FC Halifax Town. Bradford unfortunately going out on penalties by 5 goals to 3, although Isaac got a penalty in the shootout as well, so 3 goals on the night, which can't be bad. Isaac, welcome to Altrincham Football Club, and you're a Huddersfield lad and started at Huddersfield as early as the age of 9.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, I was there for 10 plus years, I'd say. Really enjoyed my time there. So yeah, Huddersfield lad. Unfortunately it didn't work out there, but I took a lot of knowledge and a lot of things from there and took it into today. So yeah, enjoyed it there.
And tell us about the people at Huddersfield who you worked with.
I worked with various different coaches, different styles, adopting a lot to my game. And yeah, Lee Bromby there helped me a lot. There's others such as Tony Cars, Dean Whitehead, Mark Hudson. All of them have helped me along the way, who I still keep in touch with today. And yeah, really good there. Enjoyed it. And
you are a Huddersfield Town fan, and whilst you were at Huddersfield, you saw the team get promoted to the Premier League.
Yes, I did. That was up there with one of the highlights there, and I was fortunate enough to be involved a little bit there, training here and there, and yeah, it was a really good buzz, and yeah, really good to be involved with that.
And whilst at Huddersfield, you had a number of loan periods. First one at Brighouse Town, who were quite a small club, but an up-and-coming club, and a team that when you went there were very much on the rise.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was the first time walking into an adults' changing room there. Getting to know, playing with people who it's the livelihood, and playing in front of crowds that you don't get with academy football. It's totally different. I mean, you get beat up, battered in them games. It's a lot of physical instead of playing the football, but I really needed that, and I was thankful Huddersfield sent me there because it pushed me on to be, it made me more of a man and better player. Yeah.
And quite a culture shock when you come from academy football, under 18s, under 23 football, and then all of a sudden you're thrust into Northern Premier League First Division, probably on a little bit of a sticky pitch, completely different environment, and men's football.
Well, yeah, I remember the first 10 minutes of my first game. I was just thinking to myself, oh my God, is this actually football, But, it takes away all the luxuries and everything from playing for Huddersfield Town, playing all the nice pitches, getting treated well and stuff. You've got to look after yourself more than anything now, because you're in that bubble, the academy football, the bubble, you don't exactly see anything like that. You don't really go and watch them. So when you get thrusted into that, you just got to take it as it comes, and I adapted to it, and yeah, it was good.
One or two of the Brighouse players have gone on to good football careers. Aaron Martin, for one, who played at Wembley last year.
Yeah, he did for Harrogate Town. I played with him for that good half to the season. He was a really good player. Yeah, won a lot of balls in the air, and I actually remember him giving me a lot of good advice, telling me that keep my head down, keep working, and I will eventually go up the leagues. And when I seen him rise like that, I wasn't surprised. He's a really good player.
And you've had a spell in Northern Ireland as well.
Well, yeah, went to Northern Ireland again, a completely different shock. Thank Huddersfield again for putting me in that situation. Out my comfort zone, away from my family, away from my friends. Totally new country, living on my own as well. It was tough, but unfortunately I got injured very early on there, so came back. I'd have loved to have stayed, but it was a bad injury, so I had to come back.
So a good life experience, but perhaps not a great football experience.
Yeah, no.
And then back to Huddersfield and England, and Bradford Park Avenue was your next stop.
Yeah, exactly. I sat down with Lee Bromby in the summer and was looking at my options. I know Bradford came in to look at a few games and was very keen to take me, and I was up for the challenge of moving up the leagues to Conference North. I know how good the standard can be in the Conference North. There's a lot of big teams, and again, massive crowds you're playing in front of. Unfortunately, things in that first season were very, very tough. That was another experience that I don't think I'll ever have again. I think I played with about 50 different players that first season, and it was a bit crazy, but things settled down after that.
So this was the season that ultimately was stopped by COVID, and you started off with Gary Thompson in charge, the new manager. And I remember things got off to a really bad start. I think you lost 5-0 at Curzon Ashton.
Yeah, 5-0 at Curzon Ashton, 5-0 at home to Guysey, I think, the next game, rotating a load of players, and they went after that, which was after 2 games, and they brought me in, so I thought, might go a bit worse, but no, it was picked up a bit.
But things picked up when Mark Bauer and Danny Boschel came back, and both very, very good managers, highly respected in the non-league game, and they've done a terrific job at the Horsfall Stadium.
Fantastic. I mean, I can't praise them two enough. I mean, the work that they've done for me, and the training work, and the different little things that they've spoke to me about, and the way they've helped me all round is fantastic. I can't praise Bradford and Bosch and Bowes enough. It's brilliant, and even speaking to him earlier, he's really pleased for me and wants the best for me, and hopefully wants to see me do well and kick on. And
you mentioned Brighouse isn't the best pitch. The Horsfall Stadium, when it was a grass pitch, wasn't the best pitch either. But
that's probably worse, yeah.
It's not great, and of course it's always very windy there, or generally very windy there. But now it's got the really good artificial surface, and it's much better for Park Avenue.
Oh, definitely. That's what's seen me relish a bit more this year, with a bit more of a flat surface. Suits me more, playing on the floor, playing with purpose, and actually being able to get on it. And it's been really good with this new pitch, but still it's different to grass, isn't it? I always said that, but yeah, it was better.
And tell us about you're essentially a midfielder, but tell us about yourself as a footballer. What qualities do you bring? What's your favourite position?
So this season I've been playing a bit higher up. I wouldn't say that's my best position. It's just the position that Bowes and Bosch saw me in to help the team effectively. I'd pretty much say I'm real energetic, really about the pitch, getting about the place, putting tackles in. I feel like I'm quite confident to get on the ball, not shy of doing that, and putting myself in for tackles, and hopefully getting a few goals.
And you certainly had a few this season. You scored 2 in what was a very bad day for Bradford in the FA Cup at Gateshead, and we didn't do so well against Gateshead either. But you got 2 on Tuesday night in a fantastic Build-based FA Trophy game. And Halifax, very, very good side, so you must have been delighted with that.
I mean, yeah, well, all season I've wanted to challenge against the best teams, and I feel like Halifax were the best team we've come up against. I mean, some really good teams in the Conference North, but I thought this is where I really want to challenge myself and put myself about and put myself out there, and I feel like I did that, getting on the score sheet twice and scoring a penalty as well in the penalty shootout. I feel like that's what I needed, and it was good. It was a good challenge. I enjoyed it.
And it was a really interesting game. Halifax popped it about really well in the first half and with a better side, but Park Avenue went in 2-1 ahead. You scored just before half-time with a goal that was a good strike, but a difficult one for a big keeper like Sam Johnson to get down to.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we said before the game. We said get shots in and around his feet, get plenty of shots in and around him, and fortunately I think it's gone through the lad's legs as well, the defender's legs, which is something I've also been told at Bradford, shots around the box, anything can happen, and fortunately for me it went in, flew past him, and it was a great time to score.
And I noticed in the first half it was Dylan Motley-Henry on the right, Ollie Johnson on the left, and Brad Doherty up front. You were sort of trying to support, but Halifax were dominating the game. But in the second half, Park Avenue really took it to Halifax, and the second half was the home sides.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at half time, Bowes and Bosch was just saying we have to keep the ball. We just kept giving it back and back and back. We was always going to let them have some ball and counter, but we had to be really precise when we did counter. And I thought we were very clinical on the night, especially in that first half. But the second half, I thought, we were on top. They scored a worldie of a strike, and the other one was a set piece, unfortunately. But it was good. Yeah,
Luke Summerfield's strike was a fantastic goal, and went to penalties, and some fantastic penalties. Unfortunately, Frankie Maguire was the one who somebody's got to be the villain.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough taking it. He's on loan, 18 years old from Sheffield United, really good player. I take my hat off to him because he was one of the first ones that actually said, "Look, I want a penalty," and fortunately, I got in there because I'd scored in the last round from the penalty spot, so I was in there. But it was just unfortunate. I mean, keepers read him, and when they do that, they've always got a chance, haven't they? But George Hart-Kenworthy in our goal guessed right every time, but the penalty were just too good, really good standard.
And Bradford Park Avenue, you've got a number of ex-Altrincham players. Luca Haven, the captain, Nicky Clee, who must be about 120 now. Dylan Motley-Henry had a short spell here. Simon Richmond, 10 years at Altrincham Football Club. And even Ryan Toulson had a very short spell here back in 2008. So he must be getting on a little bit now as well. But plenty of Altrincham connections.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's how, it was brilliant, speaking to them about this club and everything, coming over. They couldn't have praised it high enough. And the lads at Bradford were brilliant. All that you've nailed there, I'm really good friends with, and we'll keep close contact with them throughout the rest of my career and on. And really good lads at Bradford, and they couldn't praise this enough.
And you did have a little spell training with us last season when the National League North finished, but the National League carried on. You did come for a few training sessions, and did that ultimately lead to you joining the football club?
I mean, Phil Parkinson's always, we've always liked me. He's always said that, and we've coming here last year. I didn't feel like it was the right. Well, I wasn't the right fit at the time, just because we'd been called off. Well, I'd been injured for 2 months prior, and then we didn't have any football. I think I played a few games. I just wasn't too right. But I feel like now I'm more than ready to go and give it my all. Yeah.
And what do you know about Altrincham Football Club?
I mean, I've never played here, to be fair. Altringham's a team I've never played. I mean, from speaking to people, it's been a fantastic club. I mean, the support they've had this year has been phenomenal. So I can't wait to get out there and play in front of those fans.
And in terms of what you can bring, what would you say your main strengths as a player?
I feel like my main strengths will be off the ball stuff. Winning it back. I feel like I'm very strong and good in the tackle. But then, like you say, I like to get forward, like to get in the box, like to create chances, and all round, just like to play football.
And you're joining just before Christmas. First 3 games: Stockport County away, Wrexham at home, Stockport County at home. Doesn't get much better than that.
I mean, that just reeling that off there, it's just brilliant, isn't it? Those are the games you want to play in, and there'll be a few thousand fans, at Stockport on Boxing Day, which will be brilliant, relishing that, and hopefully we could come out on the right end of the results and get the points we need to get us up that table. And
having had a few training sessions earlier in the year with the lads, you know most of the lads, I guess.
Yeah, I get on with them quite well. Yeah, they made me feel settled in, and I remember we played them in pre-season as well, Altrincham, and chatted to a few then. So yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting them later. Yeah,
that was an interesting game where Park Avenue were ahead for most of the game, but we nicked it with a couple of late goals from Matty Costello, a free kick from Matty Costello, and a Tom Pearce goal, if I remember correctly.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It was good to play against. So you see the quality they've got, and the quality of players here is phenomenal. So I think they'll bring me to the next level, and hopefully we'll kick on together.
That's the thoughts of Altrincham's latest signing, Isaac Marriott, who's joined us as head of the Boxing Day game against Stockport County at Edgeley Park.